Hello chatbots out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys out there all about what I got to on my week so far. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far. On my Monday I got up, showered and changed, ready for work. I was doing a 10 till 2 shift and I got myself ready for work, had some breakfast, listened to a bit of music, did a bit of drawing, a bit of colouring in. I was just playing a bit of Pokemon Go, had my advent calendar chocolate. My dad was pottering around the house. Mum was asleep, older sister and brother and younger brother were at work, younger sister at uni. I then locked up and made my way to work. On the way to work, I got a lovely photo of a reef that I'm going to show you guys now. So pretty. My mum and sister and our family friend actually went and did a reef making class with our family friend last Friday and they had such a good time. I then went off to my favourite little coffee shop and I had a chai latte. I had that to go because it was just before I was going into work, and saw my family friend in there, so I sat and had a nice chat with him, and I had it in this cute little Christmas Santa takeaway cup, which is so cute. You can see his jacket and his beard, and then on the back you can see the back of his jacket and his Christmas hat. Love that. I then went off to one of my favourite little flower shops and got some flower sets from there that I'm going to show you guys now. I love it in there. I then had a chat with the flower shop keepers quickly. I then got to work, got clocked in, and it was the Monday crew on shift and we absolutely smashed it. And I was running lots of food and drinks, cleaning tables, doing food and drink orders and bill taking. Saw quite a few of the regulars, so I was chatting with them. And then I was just doing a massive clean-up and putting away lots of clean cups and plates and polishing and putting away cutlery. I then finished at 2 and we had a Christmas booking coming in at 1:30, so I quickly got their drinks and stuff and then their food came out, and then I finished at 2. I then clocked off, got my bag and coat, and I went off to Greggs and got myself a Greggs lunch, and I then made my way home. On the way back I was just playing a bit of Pokemon Go. I then got home and I got changed, put my bag and stuff away and had my Greggs lunch that I'm going to show you guys a photo of now. It was so delicious. I love a Greggs. I then was just writing a bit of my journal, listened to a bit of music, did some drawing and colouring in. I was just watching some vlogs and TikToks, and I watched some stuff on Netflix. Sorted out my BTEC doll. My older brother was back from work. He went off to rugby. For tea I had mac and cheese. Love mac and cheese so much. And then I was just watching the UK soaps. I only had Hollyoaks and EastEnders to watch because there's no Corrie or Emmerdale on due to the football being on ITV. I then finished off writing my journal, had some of my shortbread and a cup of tea. I was just reading a bit more of Till All the Boys Love Before 3. And then my older brother got back from being at rugby. I then went off to bed, and then on my Tuesday I got up after a nice line. I didn't have work. I then got showered and changed, had my breakfast and my advent calendar chocolate, and I was just watching a bit of Netflix, and I watched A Boy Called Christmas and loved that film. Played on Subway Surfer and I had some salad toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, which was very nice. My mum was still asleep, so was my dad. He's not been very well, so he's been off work for a few days because he's got a bit of a flu kind of thing, and he's just getting over having COVID, so it's like a flu kind of thing. Only has a bit of an ache, nothing too serious, but it's just wiped him out a bit. He's feeling a lot better now than he was, which is good. And my older brother, sister and younger brother at work, younger sister at uni, and I then got myself ready and went off for a massive walk, and I went off to the coffee shop and got myself a white chocolate mint hot chocolate from there that I'm going to show you guys a photo of now. It was so good. I love the hot chocolates they do there. I then stayed there for a little bit, and then I went off to go have a look in the charity shops and went into WH Smith's and to one of the bookshops. I then went off to the garden centre in the high street, and I cannot believe it's closing. Such sad news. And I got some plant photography from there that I'm going to show you guys now. I then went off to the card factory to get a card for my colleague's son, whose birthday was going to be the next day. And I then went off into one of the flower shops and got some flower snacks that I'm going to show you guys now. I love all the beautiful colours, such a great shop. The flower shop keeper is so lovely in there, so I was having a nice chat with her. I then went off to the shops and got myself some lunch, and then I made my way back. I got home, had my lunch and just watched a bit of Escape to Country, a bit of Garden Rescue, a bit of Doctor Who, listened to a bit of music. I was just watching some vlogs and TikToks. I then just sorting out my bleach up doll, writing a bit of my journal, and then I got some cards from the card factory, and I sat and listened to a bit of Michael Bublé Christmas, a bit of Last Christmas by Wham, and just writing the Christmas cards. And then my older brother got back from being at work, and we popped off to the shops to get some bits and bobs from there. So we walked up, and whilst doing so I was just playing on Pokemon Go, and I'm now on level 27, which is great. My aim is to get to level 30 before Christmas. And then we got back, and for tea I had a spaghetti bolognese, and then I was just watching the UK soaps, and again it was just EastEnders and Hollyoaks, Emmerdale or Coronation Street. And my older brother had gone off to rugby. I was then just listening to a bit of music, did some drawing and colouring in, and I watched It Takes Two, the film with Mary-Kate Ashley in, and found out that Kirstie Alley, who's in that film, has passed away, which I'm very sad about. Such sad news. Kirstie Alley was also in Look Who's Talking with John Travolta, which is one of my other favourite films with her in. Very sad news indeed. And then I was just watching a bit of Netflix, and I finished the Wednesday Addams Netflix series, and I want to place Tyler is so gorgeous, love him. And then I went off to bed, and then on my Wednesday, which is today, I got up, showered and changed, ready for work, and my dad was sort of stuff on house. He's feeling a lot better than he was, and my older sister and brother and younger brother were at work, younger sister at uni, mum was asleep, and I had some breakfast and it was just listening to a bit of music, playing on Pokemon Go, and then I got dropped to work, got clocked in, and I was doing some food and drink orders and bill taking, and the table layout has changed and it's now bar service again, which, having 2.5 years of being at table service, was quite a bit of a shock to the system, and it's going to take a while for me to get used to. And it was quite busy. We had quite a few big bookings, but we absolutely smashed it. Had lots of cups of tea to keep me going. Also had one chai latte, which was so good. Chai lattes are my new addiction. I love them. And I finished at 2, clocked off and headed off. And I went to the Co-op, I got myself some lunch. I then headed off to Tesco's, I got myself some cream and some hot chocolate mix to go make a hot chocolate when I get back. And then I rang home and just checked in on them and ended up getting a Greggs pasty. I got a cheese and pasty for me, and then a cheese and bacon one for my mum, and then a steak bake for my dad. Good to know he's got his appetite back. And I then, on the way back, got a snap of this beautiful arch that's by one of the restaurants in the high street that I'm going to show you guys now. Apologies for the doorbell ringing. It's like Piccadilly Circus at the moment. We've had so many parcels arriving due to it nearly being Christmas. So the doorbell went, the dog started barking, absolute chaos. The archway is so pretty. One of my favourite little flower shops in the high street made it for the restaurant, and I love all the holly and the greenery on it. It's just so pretty. I then popped off to said flower shop who made the archway wreath for one of the restaurants in my high street and gave them their Christmas card and said how lovely the wreath archway was. And then I got some flower sets from there that I'm going to show you guys now. Such lovely flowers in there, and the flower shopkeeper is so lovely. I had a nice chat with her. I then went off to Tesco's to get myself some hot chocolate mix and some whipped cream, and I was going to make myself a hot chocolate when I got back. I then made my way back and quickly stopped into one of the other flower shops and got 2 plant snacks from there that I'm going to show you guys now. I love plant photography so much. I then went off to Tesco's as I really fancied a hot chocolate, so I got myself some hot chocolate mix and some whipped cream. I then headed back and I popped into my workplace and got my cash tips from payday the other day, and I kept on meaning to get them, and from the tips that I got, I'm going to be getting myself a new haircut ready for Christmas because it's could do with a bit of a trim. And I bumped into one of my colleagues who I covered their shifts today, whose son's birthday is today's mum, and my colleague was in the chemist and I had her Christmas card and her son's birthday card, so I popped into the chemist, gave them to her, gave her a quick hug and then headed off home. I then got back and I had my cheese and pasty and apple juice that I got from Greggs, and my mum had her cheese and bacon turnover, and my dad had a steak bake, and I'm having the snacky stuff that I got from Co-op earlier on for a snacky kind of tea because I'm not really feeling that hungry. And I then made myself the bestest hot chocolate ever with lots of cream and a flake in, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. Why was that hot chocolate good? Love all the cream and the flake as well, and it was a nice milky hot chocolate the best way. I then was just writing a bit of my journal, listened to a bit of music, bit of Kylie, bit of Adele, bit of Coldplay, bit of Duran Duran. Got such a large taste of music taste. And then I was just sorting out my Blue Jet doll, read a bit more of To All the Boys Love Before 3, had a cup of tea and some shortbread, and was just watching a bit of Doc 2. My older brother's back from being at work, and for tea I just had my wraps and some crisps and my drink that I had from Co-op as I wasn't feeling that hungry. Ended up having a little bit of a nap as I had a bit of a headache. I was then just doing a bit of colouring in on the colouring up on my phone, which is super therapeutic, and I have Thursday, Friday and Saturday daytime off, and I'm not back until Saturday evening doing a 4 till 9:30, a nice little shift just in helping with the Christmas bookings, so get a nice easy shift. and I'm quite happy with the shifts I've got coming up this week. I've written these down and gave them to my dad, and just so he knows when he needs to drop me in and pick me up when he can. If not, normally I just walk up and work these down in my journal. And not doing a split shift this Sunday, which I'm happy about. I get a Sunday evening off, so I can actually have my Sunday roast on Sunday and not have it as a Monday roast, which I end up having because normally I don't get back till like midnight. And yeah, it's good that I've got a few days off and get to see my sister. She's coming down next week, and we're going to be decorating a Christmas tree and the house, which I'm very excited about. And we're going to be painting my workplace's Christmas tree up soon as well. We can't find a stand, so I think my manager's ordered a new stand for the Christmas tree. And yeah, it'll take a while to get used to being bar surface again and not table surface, but we're getting the hang of it. And yeah, I hope you guys have all enjoyed this vlog. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.